I'm live and I'm alive. Fantastic. All right. I don't think that I've cleaned my camera lens before I started, which is one of my big pet peeves. But hey, here we are. It's Wednesday, and I feel like talking about Meghan Markle a little bit just because lately, every time I go on social media, when I'm checking the news, which is what I'm pretty much doing 24/7. Let's be honest, I don't do anything else but watch Real Housewives and hi Stan, watch Real Housewives and follow what's going on in pop culture. So lately, besides of course all the horrific things that are happening in California, besides wild new things in politics, um, Meghan and Harry have been everywhere. Um, just like a new article, new video, new analysis every 2 minutes. I'm living for it. But unfortunately for them, they're not very good. It's constantly bashing, it's constantly people disliking what they're doing, it's constantly people just being sick of them. And there's this collective go away type of feeling and type of sentiment towards the couple that I must admit that I am sharing myself in a way. So let's start from the beginning. January 1st, 2025. There she is, Meghan Markle. She is back on Instagram. I was very surprised. I know I was expecting the cooking show. We all knew it was going to be somewhere at the beginning of 2025. Somehow I forgot about it. And then there she is, January 1st, on my Instagram, which is such a basic way to come back, like January 1st, New Year's resolutions. And I know that the show was supposed to premiere on January 15th, but still, the first kind of felt lame, corny, um, very New Year's resolution-y, and just not very original. And the other part, there's like a couple of elements that were wrong with this whole thing. And one was pretty technical, that it was sloppy. As you've all seen the video, she's walking on the beach and then she writes in the sand 2025. And the worst part of this is her chuckle afterwards. It's so unnatural. And that's where she loses me. It's those moments where you can tell that somebody is not authentic. And it's just all of this. I'm shy. I'm a shy, sweet girl when we all know you're not. And you've proved it so many times. It's just not working anymore. So, like that chuckle at the end was like it sealed the deal for me in a sense. But then, if you analyze it, and we've all seen it, is that there was 2025 written on a side. I guess they had multiple takes to get to the final one. So again, it's a little thing, but it's sloppy. It's your big comeback. And why? It just, if I was the one doing her social media, and I do social media for way less famous and popular people, it would be unacceptable. I would take down the video and just repost and remake it, and I wouldn't be able to forgive myself that gaffe. It's just not very professional at all. And then the backlash, because the video and the whole announcement of the show was on the same day when there were two potential attacks on United States of America, which was a big deal. So everybody thought that it was in poor taste. So many elements that were done wrong and sloppy and poor on this big comeback day, right? It reminded me of, oh my God, Comeback King song. She's a comeback queen. What was it? Corey Haim? Oh God, it's one of the worst songs I have ever heard in my life. And then uh, this is not actually. I wanted to point out that this is not the first time that Meghan has been very sloppy. Um, it's not the first time that she Corey Feldman. What did I say? Corey Haim. It's Corey Feldman. Jesus Christ. It's one of the worst songs ever made, and it's so entertaining. Look it up. I'm a comeback king. It's fantastic. It makes me angry. I don't know. I'm trying to be nice here. But it's fantastic and it's horrible. Thanks, Dan. And again, to go back to Meghan and her sloppiness, it's just something that's been done and before on her end, that she doesn't research things enough, and then she announces them, and then she kind of takes them back. It's the same thing that happened with uh, American Orchid Riviera. It was her brand that was supposed to again be one of her many comebacks. And I love the stamina in her though. Every time there's a new project, she's like, "No, now they're going to love me, and now this is going to work," and it never works. Hello, hello, old white goat. Um, and yeah, she had a problem with trademark application. It was refused by USPTO, and it's just it's a not even a beginner's mistake. Like, you are such a big name on on the world scene. Um, do the research. Um, do the due diligence before you announce something. And these are such beginners steps and beginners problems. This fantastic Duchess of Sussex can't even get a trademark get trademark settled. And don't get me started on the fact that she's still Duchess of Sussex. Why would you keep the title? Why would you keep the title? It arranges me every time. J-Lo keeping her fifth ring and her keeping her title, it makes me so angry for some reason. You said all the worst things about royal family. You physically left England. You left all of your royal duties and you've made such I mean, your statements and accusations were not naive whatsoever. They were huge, a huge blow to the royal family. The whole world was talking about it. And yet here you are still grifting and still using the title. It's just something, it, as Steve would say, that don't make no sense. It just makes no sense. To move on to the more news regarding Meghan's comeback. So, actually, I want to say one thing first. I actually think that cooking show is her niche. Uh, she had the TIG, if anyone remembers. I think it was from 2014 to 2017. TIG was a lifestyle Instagram account, I believe. It was a blog as well. So she was posting and writing a blog. And that blog was reflecting her passions, interests, and insights, if you will. And that it was okay. It was average. It was, I want to be Gwyneth Paltrow. I wish them well. It was, you know, nothing sensational, but she was good at it. I think that she knows how to cook. She is she enjoys aesthetics. I remember when she first started dating Harry, everybody was talking about how she made him roasted chicken and cakes she made. So I remember thinking, oh, she cooks, that's so sweet. In my mind, that was relatable in a sense. So that is her strength. And I did look up her old blog and Instagram at the time, and I was like, oh, she's cute. This looks good. So there was some likability in it. Again, I think that is her strength. The problem is that it's too late. It's too late. It's like me talking the worst things about your family, about everyone, posting about it, screaming about it, and then showing up to your house. But I made a pie. Look, I'm good at it. It just, we can't. we can't be there with you, Megan. We've seen enough, we've heard enough. We know that you're not authentic. We've seen that, and we've heard many reports saying that you're very difficult to work with, and just series of behavior in the past few years are all pointing that you're not this sweet little cook in an apron. So again, it's too late. It's not relatable. It's not authentic, and it's not working. In my mind, um, when they left UK and they moved to California, they should have never done any press. They should have laid low, volunteered, and then she comes with this cooking show. I would have watched it, I would have liked it, and I would have given her time of the day. So and then they could have segued into more serious conversations, but they started off so aggressively and just made so many, first of all, false accusations, like when they were in New York accusing paparazzi chasing them, and then later demanding uh, for people to be arrested. Um, and even their cab driver claimed they were never chased. Isn't that embarrassing? A cab driver made like a statement on TV, like, no, we're okay. I was just driving. There was just people behind us. Nothing, not a big deal. So when you already have a reputation that you are not truthful, and again using the word authentic. So again, a little too late, but it could have been a good thing. And then everything got postponed. Let me read the statement. I'm thankful to my partners at Netflix for supporting me in delaying the launch as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California. My, again, one of my favorite royal commentators, Maureen Callahan, who I wish I will meet one day, said, and I thought it was funny and fantastic. She said, I'm thankful to my partners. And then Maureen said, they're not your partners, they're your bosses. They paid you and you had to ask them, boss, can we move it? So they're not your partners. And I thought that was, uh, even the statement is telling of where she is at, of my partners, my home state. Again, very narcissistic, self-serving, and everything else that we have expected. And then there's speculations about the postponing, right? They postponed it for March 4th. What are the real reasons? Is this the time to do re-editing? The backlash was real, right? When the post on Instagram was there, and then we saw the trailer, it was not received as well, right, as they thought. First and foremost, that the trailer has 158K dislikes, and I don't know how many likes. I have to check because it keeps getting updated, but it's way less likes than dislikes. So that's immediately a red flag for Netflix. I think they're seeing, oh my God, this is going to tank. Just like the Polo show tanked on Netflix. Who's going to watch a Polo show in the United States or anywhere else in the world? Fine. That's okay. But yeah, we are seeing a lot of dislikes. Then there were accusations and observations and analysis of like how the whole thing did not again look relatable and authentic. Words that I will be repeating tonight for some reason. It's just because they reflect the whole situation so well. Um, it's not their home. It's not her home. It's a cooking show at home where she's relaxed and chilling. It's not her home. Where are your kids? What's going on? We don't have to see them, but let's hear laughter. Let's see your backyard. Let's see your flowers. Why are we not let into your home? Again, seems phony. It's fake. It's just fake. It's some random house. I keep shaking my camera because I got long legs and I'm upset. But it doesn't. It's just. It's a random home in Montecito. They rented. Why? Why are you not letting us into your home? If this is a if you want to be Martha Stewart, let us in like Martha does. Martha lets us in her and we love it and it's fantastic and it's Martha and Martha is a bitch, but she owns it and somehow it works for her, right? Because she is being true to who she is, so it translates well. And then you have somebody who's like, again, oh my goodness, oh, thank you, and we all know she's a monster. So it just doesn't add up. And people are feeling it. People are not stupid. People can read through this. And yeah, the last attempt to beg Netflix not to cancel her. Oh yeah, I apologize to Martha for putting her even in the same sentence. But Josip, I think that she's trying to channel Martha Stewart in a very unsuccessful manner. I think Martha was one of her inspirations for sure. But again, so many dislikes, so many negative comments, so many negative posts everywhere. It did not land well. And then, is this a good time for a photo op? Right? We all know what's going on in California. Huge, huge disaster. It's unheard of. California is suffering. LA will never be the same. And it's just heartbreaking on every level. And here they are visiting and showing their compassion, aren't they? And they're immediately labeled as disaster tourists, which is one of my favorites. Um, I saw somebody calling them Hollywood pariahs. I thought that was hilarious as well. It's like this whole fire, this whole disaster, and the city in ruins is a perfect backdrop. The mayor and reports are saying that they've been there for 16 minutes. 16 minutes. Even J-Lo in her heels stayed longer. I mean, she was carrying stuff in her heels. God bless. Also, probably not very authentic, but even J-Lo in heels carrying bags and help and water stayed for longer than 17 minutes. Other resources are saying they stayed about 45 minutes. Whatever, under an hour. I can't. And then on the other hand, one of their biggest complaints was always safety. They were always worried about their safety. They always wanted to have, bodyguards and protection paid for. Isn't this an inconvenience then for you? Who's providing you the protection? It's just a lot of contradictory elements, right? And what I personally found distasteful, and it gave me an ick, like a big ick, was them holding hands. They're walking around. There's people crying, people who've lost everything. And here they are, freshly um, uh, showered, coming from their home that's just $18 million, a little shabby shack, uh, coming in and walking around holding hands. It's so distasteful. And we all know that they're trying to prove, yeah, they want the royal family to pay for it. I mean, do you want to be royal or not? Do you want to keep the title and work and be a working royal? What do you want? Who are you? Everything is so contradicting and confusing. They're gaslighting everyone around them. We're being gaslit by them constantly because you don't know like, everybody over there hates us, but yet my daughter's going to be Lilibet, which is Queen's nickname. We hate everyone, but yeah, we're keeping titles. Yeah, they hate us and we hate them and we're not in good on good terms, but give us protection and money. And it just, yeah, crybabies and complainers and just don't know how to suck it up and do their job and be respectful to the public that they should be serving, you know? Again, holding hands, super tasteless, out of touch, try hards. Look, we're doing great. We're not gonna get it. We're not getting a divorce. Um, yeah, she wants to be a new lady. She wants to be new Lady Diana, and I've seen some videos. They're doing analysis of her stance, and it's very similar to Diana's stance. And they're saying that she's been analyzing Diana's body language and poses so she can recreate them. And one of the very creepy details is that when she went on first date with Harry, um, she used the same perfume as Diana did because everybody, I forgot which one is it, was Diana's favorite, and everybody knew that. And she had that perfume on for Harry that night. Holy weirdness. I smell like your dead mommy. Please marry me. What is going on? What on earth? I, oof. Um, so yeah, Lady Diana wannabe, holding hands. We're not getting a divorce. Look, I'm hugging people who are poor, but I'm so rich and I'm so sweet. I can't take it. And postponing just doesn't seem genuine for another reason. A few years ago, when they were escaping UK, uh, as if they were chased out, uh, they were announcing their interview with Oprah, that famous interview that I rewatched a couple of times just to torture myself. And they chose not to postpone it, even though Prince Philip was, uh, well, dying at the time, was very ill, and uh, nobody knew what state he's in. Is he in good shape? And they did not care. And in the statement, Meghan said, because it doesn't concern uh, Prince Philip. But then you made a vague accusation that senior royals were not treating you right, were not providing you um, mental health treatments, were judgmental towards you. So how come it doesn't have anything to do with Prince Philip when it directly does? And also, uh, the book Spare that came out, Harry's book, and then the Netflix series, one of many, right? That they try to squeeze in for as much money as they can, grifters. They both came out, uh, and there was no consideration for Queen's death and mourning. And I find that also to be very disrespectful. You know, the whole world was sad, not just England, not just UK. Um, and for you to publish a book that gives us all the dirty laundry that people have not consented for you to share, uh, including his frozen wee wee that we nobody wanted to know about that. Why do I know about it? And his Elizabeth Arden cream that he used on it. Nobody wanted to know about it. But hey, it was against our will, but now we sure do know everything about it. He shared details about him arguing with William, some personal things, shedding light on Meghan's and Kate's fight, and just airing dirty laundry um, around the time when it was appropriate to mourn the queen. And then the Netflix series, you remember the mocking of the curtsy, you know again, queen passed away. Have some class, have some respect. uh Poor queen. I still miss her. She was jam. She was great. And moving on to my conclusion, in a sense that this is the latest I read about them, is that they are not happy with Mark Zuckerberg. Get out of here. Why? So they used to work with Meta, if anyone remembers. They used to work with Meta to implement ways to, you know, be better, um, uh, for to kind of help out people with mental health issues while they're using social media, and to prevent all of that getting worse. Simply because they've been through so much bullying and just went through so much, so much. First and foremost, why did you turn off the comments on your Instagram? I You can dish it, you can't take it, you know? I Why? If you're so open, if you feel like everybody has a seat at your table, let the comments show you that, and show us that. Let us see the comments, you know? You can still moderate them, but let us see the comments. But she knows they're going to be bad and she doesn't want to see it, you know? Uh I'm personally sure she reads everything. And if the comments were on, she would have read all of them. But yeah, they made a statement regarding Mark Zuckerberg's decision. And Mark Zuckerberg, who I don't trust that guy, but cool. Like, things are shifting and he is changing his mind. Okay, at least you're following, you're checking the pulse and following the right path. But yeah, there will be no fact checking anymore. They're going to be following Elon Musk's lead and X's lead on how to monitor and not censor and do any of that. So Meghan and Harry made a statement. Contrary to the company's talking points, allowing more abuse and normalizing hate speech serves to silence speech of expression, not foster it. It also added, Meta's recent decision to go directly against its stated mission to build human connection and instead prioritize those using the platforms to spread hate, lies, and division at the expense of everyone else. Does everybody also remember when Harry was complaining about First Amendment when he moved to United States? He was shocked with the First Amendment. That tells you everything you need to know. So hateful content and policies will foster an environment where abuse and hate speech and will silence and threaten the voices of whole communities who make up a healthy democracy. All of this, I'm reading. This is what I'm reading. If I don't control and monitor everything that comes out and everything that's put out there, I don't like it. I don't like it because it doesn't make me look good. It's not serving me. It doesn't work for me. And it's so nicely packaged, so conveniently packaged in this. I actually care for others. I'm doing this to help you. Listen to, I know the answer. I will protect you. It's carefully, it's always like that, by the way. They always conceal it that way, their personal agendas. Hide them behind something that's a greater good and just doing it for the humanity. This is BS. This is complete BS. Again, they don't want to hear the others. They want to listen to themselves. They want to issue statements and posts that nobody can comment on. And they want to be in full control of all the narratives on every platform, everywhere. That is a fact. What they don't like, they don't want to see. What they think is threatening their brand, they want to make sure that it doesn't come out there. And they will package it like it's harmful. It's bad for my mental health. Listen, I understand, you know, I know we're not kids. We know negative sides of the internet and comments. We've all of us succeeded, experienced it in some way, but just like to constantly go back to this same sentiment of if I don't like it, it shouldn't exist. That's what got them the bad reputation to begin with. And this was why are they even making a statement? Are you a politician? Are you a working royal? Are you representing people? Nobody asked you to say anything. You're just digging your own grave with statements like this. If they were more open, if again, again, this was, and I always thought this for Jennifer Lopez as well. Go away. Go away for a while. Be silent. Let us miss you. Let us take a moment from you, right? And to go back to what I was saying at the beginning, had they taken the route of high road, going away, slipping away, being respectful and respecting the community they just moved into, and trying to slowly merge with everyone around them, with people in Montecito, with locals, and then with the Hollywood establishment and everybody there, because that was one of their goals. Everything would have turned out differently, but they went straight in, accusing everyone and thinking that everybody else around them is wrong and they're right, and listening to what they're saying. And it just hasn't worked. It just hasn't worked at all. At all. Constantly being a victim, constantly talking about their privacy, yet being everywhere. Contradictions everywhere. Just not good. Past few years, they haven't made one right move, which is quite impressive, actually. Imagine that for years you don't make one right move. That's a skill. That's wow. Now when I say it out loud, I can't believe it. And to compare her to Kate, to who, like, first and foremost, she's 100% jealous of Kate, because Kate has what she is desperately trying for all of us to think that she has. Kate is being humble and original, in a sense, true to herself, authentic, does her photography, doesn't kind of stick her nose where she doesn't belong. Unlike Meghan, who's everywhere and wants to be everything, even pushes people when she's trying to take photos, which I find hilarious and disrespectful. But there's Kate, who's humble. And by the way, all of the recipes, and this is one of the things that people were complaining, all of her recipes on her cooking show you can find on Pinterest and already exist. And elevating food in her mind, hey Zach, in her mind is adding olive oil on hummus. So there's a hummus platter with veggies, and she's like, and then you can elevate it. And then she poured a little bit of olive oil on top of hummus. I mean, groundbreaking, truly fantastic. So yeah, not original, always plagiarizing, always taking from others. And there's Kate, who's complete opposite. And Princess Kate, let me just read a short article. Princess Kate is back at the place where her healing began. The British royal surprised patients on Tuesday at the same hospital where she was treated for cancer last year. Kate, who recently celebrated her 43rd birthday, visited Royal Marsden Hospital in West London and spoke with staff, and families, and everybody on the facilities. I was just saying, coming into front entrance here, I have made so many private visits, but it's actually quite nice. And then she was seen talking to people and saying, it's really tough. It's such a shock. Everyone said to me, Please keep a positive mindset. It makes such a difference. Spoke with people. She lived it. She had cancer. This was the hospital where she took chemo treatment. And there she is. She is back and talking to the people who are going through the same. It's relatable. There's nothing complicated here. What's the hidden agenda? Is it the photo op? She lived it. She wants to help the others who are going through it. It's very simple. It's a simple formula. It's not overdone. She never dressed too much, you know, very appropriate to every occasion as usual. But it's believable. It's believable. And another right move that I think that Kate made and Kate and William made was with her birthday post on Instagram where William said happy birthday. And the picture was her wearing like jeans and a shirt, like being very relaxed. And I think that was strategic and smart in a way because she just had a tough year. She didn't want to be all fabulous. She just wants to say, I'm alive, I'm okay, everything is fine. And that's what that picture told me. If she was in this like fabulous outfit with a hat or something, it would have been maybe a little too much. But Kate and William know how to read a room, know how to pick an outfit, and know what speaks to the people. You can't kind of learn how to be authentic. You can't fake being authentic. People see right through it. People feel it. And J-Lo, again, going back to her, doesn't have it. She really so badly wants to be Jennifer Garner. Meghan wants so badly to be Kate. But, you know, they unfortunately will never achieve that because they don't have it in them naturally. It's not something that it's just a part of their personality. Being spontaneous, being genuine is an important trait when you are in the public eye, and they don't have it. I keep saying it because I mean it, and it's facts. So this is it for me for my first live. I think that I have covered pretty much everything. If anybody has a question before I close it, feel free to shoot. I'm reading the comments. Thank you. Thank you for watching. But yes, I just wanted to do a little quick recap of what happened in the past 10 days with Meghan and Harry. Again, it kept getting worse every time I read the news, every time I read. Do you watch Steph the Alter Nerd? I love her. I love Steph the Alter Nerd's royal content. I do. I recently discovered her. It's fascinating how many of us are into this royal commentary. I mean, speaking about being authentic, right? I'm always like, what should I talk about? God knows I love talking, but this is the stuff that I live for. This is the stuff that I read like in my free time. This is the stuff that I share with my friends, that I analyze with my friends. And this is the stuff that fascinates me. I was always fascinated with pop culture and Real Housewives more than anything. For the sake of analyzing human behavior. It's not just celebrities and talking about celebrities. I'm always fascinated by human behavior, especially in the circumstance when the world is watching, just like it's going on right now with Meghan and Harry. Like, what are they going to do? What is the next move? Do they have a good PR team that can recover? How do PR teams make those decisions? I'm fascinated by that whole world and how it operates, that whole machinery. But if they ever want to hire me, Actually, I would say no. No, actually, I would say yes. It would be fun, but they would never hire me. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Let's wait and see. I'm waiting for some more cringe news from them. There's a long way till March the 4th. I'm pretty excited to see her recipes. That what goes actually into that fantastic hummus of hers. I bet I've never seen that before. So I'll go back to that. And you're absolutely right, Zach. I'm not sure if they can sustain their lifestyle. And one of the reasons why they keep recycling and keep going back to Netflix is money, hundreds of millions of dollars. They started with Spotify, with podcast, and that belly flopped. That flopped so badly. And why did her podcast flop? First of all, she had 16 producers. I was a podcast producer. You don't need 16 producers. You don't. You don't. You can do it with one, two if needed. One suffices. It's sufficient. Who has 16 producers for a podcast? It's insane. It's two people sitting and talking. There's nothing else going on. And when she had Mariah Carey, and she asked her, do you mind being called a diva? And Mariah kind of fired back and said, well, you've been known to be a diva. And Meghan took such offense to that. She was shocked and mortified that somebody can say that to her, speak like that to her, call her out like that. Again, going back to that's why she doesn't have her comments on Instagram turned on. She doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to hear it. She's perfect. Talk to her like your majesty. Answer her questions. Make her look good and get out of here. Serve by purpose. But that's not how podcasts work. If you don't know how to engage in an honest conversation, and if everything is not floating like naturally, it's just gonna go nowhere. And that's exactly where podcasts went. And $100 million, I think that was the deal, flushed down the toilet. And then they're trying to salvage everything with these endless Netflix deals. By the way, nobody's seen their polo show. Now we have the cooking show. And then they're preparing 2 more shows on Netflix. I believe one is related to traveling. Whatever. Something tells me that's never going to see the light of the day. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping my eyes open. And again, when you're not being honest to yourself and to the others, and you want to be accepted so badly by everyone, it's just not going to work. Everyone, thank you for joining me. I am checking out, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night. Let me do my royal. Huh? See? I can do this. I can totally do this. Maybe. I can't. Bye.